Coming into Monday morning, I was bullish overall. Looking at the news, China and the US were after coming to some agreement in the tariff talks. Also, the UK and Swiss had initiated talks with the US over tariffs, I assume, something like that. But below the market, there was a massive new week opening gap after opening up, and also the tariff news continued to push price up throughout the day. I was looking for price to correct itself, well, come down to retrace a small bit for the morning, potentially taking out the 5 minute low and continuing higher after that. For my first trade, I placed it just before the open, 50 minutes before the open, off of a 1 minute fair value gap. I didn't place a limit order though on it, as I was just like slightly late, so I market ordered into it, which just gave me a better entry. I was the top of the fair value gap instead of the bottom, so a better risk to reward. But my ultimate target for the morning was to obviously go down to the 5 minute low, but I took all the contracts off at the 1 minute relative equal lows just below the market because I was confident that that would get taken. But just before that, we slowly like grinded up towards my stop loss. But thankfully, we did not fucking take it, and price at the open absolutely annihilated straight down and hit my take profit. About 2 minutes after the open, I started looking for my second trade. Just about that 9:32, there was a large fair value gap after opening, and we still hadn't taken the 5 minute low. So I was looking to place a limit order, a short to the 5 minute low, but price never came up before it actually took the 5 minute low. And once the low was taken, I didn't want to enter a trade anyway. So, feck that. Coming into Tuesday morning, I was looking for the 5 minute high to get taken, which was very likely as we were just very close to it at when I arrived at the charts. Plus, there was no new day opening gap really at all. I just marked it in with a line. But I was anticipating that, like, if when the 5 minute high gets taken, that we would continue down and potentially maybe take the 5 minute low. But I was hesitant of that, and I was just going to wait and see what happened for the day, which we did not go down. Tuesday, I placed no trade as price basically just shot up for the entire day. My first target was the 5 minute high, but news was coming out at 8:30 CPI, and that took that high, and we consolidated for a small bit after that until the 9:30 open, and from there on out, price just shot up without giving me an entry, so I just never placed a trade. Coming into Wednesday morning, I was bullish. Um, didn't expect much to be going on today. Just expected price to continue up higher. And yeah, today was kind of uneventful. First position I could have taken was on a 1 minute fair value gap just before the open. Well, a fair bit before the open, but did not end up taking it as price was just it was taking too long to come down to tap me in. So I didn't bother entering that position, which it would have ended up being a winner, a 1-to-1. So shame. But the next potential position was a rejection off the 5 minute fair value gap, and I was going to enter just as market was opening, but just decided not to, as it's not a position I would take anyway, so just didn't enter it. That would have been a loser, and in the position I did take was off of just after the open. We had the large push up, and price came back down. I thought it would reject off 50% of the range and continue up, but no, we continued down, taking me out of the position for a loss, and price just consolidated for the rest of the day. And yeah. Coming into Thursday morning, I was looking more bearish as we had a strong move up at the start of the week, and we were consolidating around the highs the whole time. So I was looking to see a retracement down into the 15 minute fair value gap and potentially lower down to the 1 hour low. But I was kind of assuming that might happen on Friday. But yeah, there was plenty of news before the open, and after the open, I just took no trade as all we did was just consolidate, and I was assuming the price would move down, so I never was able to catch the move up anyway. Neither was I expecting it to happen. But yeah, it was best to take no trade today anyway. They would more than likely ended up, well, they would have ended up losses.